Bull or bear for Thursday? Opening tomorrow. Let's see. It looks like a bear. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Got my favorite live underwater cam up. Deerfield Beach live cam is up again. Not a lot of fish to look up, but look at right now. But I'm just excited. One of my favorite live cams here in South Florida, next to the other ones that I've been sharing with you for the last couple of years. Back up and running. Yeah, I am a little excited. It doesn't take much to get me excited these days, given, just the humdrum of everyday life that we all have to go through. It's the little things in life that make us happy. It really is. All right, let's move into today's quote, which is, man, I should have looked up who James Sawicki is. Don't know who he is. I'm probably sure some of you guys are going to tell me in the comment section, but the world's central banks and the International Monetary Fund still have vaults full of bullion. Even though currencies are no longer backed by gold, governments hold on to it as kind of a magic symbol, a way of reassuring people that their money is real. And really, folks, what that really is, it's do as I say, not as I do. You know, I've mentioned it many times to new buyers, old buyers, people that have been in this business a long time. We all know it, that what do central banks out there, what are the banks that create fiat currencies, the bankers themselves, the people that run these institutions, what do they actually hold and covet themselves? It's precious metals, gold, primarily gold. They all hold gold. We're supposed to have gold in our vaults in Fort Knox. Whether we do or not is up to opinion and speculation, because we really don't have the facts on it. And you're recently hearing, not recently, but for the last decade or more, China has been buying gold, increasing their central bank gold holdings, as well as Russia, as well as all these other countries, except for the United States, and most European countries, which have probably sold or leased out their gold, and it probably really is not there. But that's, again, a whole new rabbit hole we can jump down. What do they all have in common? All the major central bankers out there own precious metals. They own gold. And again, it's right here. The world central banks and the International Monetary Fund still have vaults full of bullion, even though currencies are no longer backed by gold. Why is this? You got to ask yourself, why is this? And he kind of says it right here. Governments hold on to it as kind of a magic symbol, a way of reassuring people that their money is real. So it's really reassurance, I guess. Not quite sure if it's more reassurance or if it's more when the bankers know the shit hits the fan, they can go steal their gold, and that they're going to be fine with the people's gold. And by the way, where is Ukraine gold? That's something I recently was reading about and read about like a year or two ago. Actually. Ukraine's gold is in the United States. Do you know that I think it was 2014, 2015, the United States went in there, swooped it up, and I believe that we've been storing their gold ever since. And that's probably how they're going to pay for the weapons that we're giving them, the old outdated weapons that we're giving them to decimate themselves against a far superior force, unfortunately. But meanwhile, the nice thing about that is the United States and Europe, we're getting rid of all these old tanks, all these old weapons, these outdated old weapons. We're selling them over there into Ukraine. They're making a great deal with Ukraine. And if they default, we have their gold. So we're good to go on this. Not only that, we're going to make ourselves all so much richer by the big weapons companies are going to be producing more weapons. That means more Americans working, more people making money on stocks. War is a good thing. All right. Well, anyways, another rabbit hole. So let's move into spot prices today. 1876. I'm going to do a quick refresh here. Markets are probably closed by right now, or closed by now. And yes, they are closed. 1876 was today's close, and the aftermarket's 23.43 and 1070. How far off is that from the New York spot price? Well, New York closed at 1874, silver at 23.39, and platinum 1073. I think the close in New York is what, 1:30 or 2 o'clock or something like that, if I'm correct, or is it 2:30? I forget. Doesn't matter anyway. These markets are almost 24 hours now. But the markets have been up in the evening markets, seem to get monkey hammered in the early morning markets in New York, Crimex markets, and then taper off for the day. That's kind of been a trend that we've been seeing. But we're still holding pretty good to this you know, higher 1800 level, you know, touching near 1900, backing off a little bit, going back up, kind of hanging on to these levels. But I still can't help feel like most of you out there that the big commercial crooks in the Crimex markets are not done monkey hammering these markets downward. Let's see what happens. And if they do, again, what does it do? It provides a great opportunity to buy these metals really on the cheap. Like platinum at 1070 right now. Not doing bad, actually. You know, remember, platinum was sitting around 950 to 980 for quite some time last year, and I don't remember if it was the year before, but up about $100 from where it was. And silver doing quite well, considering it was in the 18s and 19s, and we're sitting at 23. So in the up $4 or $5 from where it was, not too far off in the distant past, or not too far off in the future here, or future, gosh darn, in the past here. Don't know my future from my past. Gold, gold is doing well, and I think gold is just responding to the increased central bank buying that were silver, monkey hammered, screwed with by a bunch of crooks in the criminal Crimex markets. Its day will come. It'll shoot up in price when the supply and demand factors really start to kick in. Platinum. Who understands that market, but it's smaller than even the silver market. So if the silver market's monkey hammered and screwed with by the criminal crooks in the Crimex and the other bullion exchange markets, then I'm sure platinum is just as much screwed with. And gold, you know, it's harder for them to manipulate the price of gold, much harder because you know, again, central banks own gold. They be stepping on their own wee-wees. I'm avoiding saying any bad words here. They don't want to step on their own weenies. So you know, they can't drive gold prices down too much, and a lot of central banks buying gold, and especially again Russia and China increasing their gold supply or their gold holdings in their central banks. And the reason we've probably seen gold actually hold on to its own this year and even gain a little bit, considering all the other assets from cryptos to stock markets has really taken a shit in the last year or two. Gold's held its own pretty well. And I like silver and I like platinum too. I just think they're both markets that are extremely screwed with by a bunch of crooks. But at some point, like Ted Butler and others point out, their day will come and that market will just shoot right up. You know, well, anyways, let's move into what the changes are here. Changes ahead, and what am I talking about? I'm talking about premiums in precious metal prices. Premiums, you know, I've been saying for the last, what has it been, 3 weeks, month? I lose track of time sometime, but premiums have gone down quite a bit, especially if you think that Silver Eagles were sitting at a high, for example, Silver Eagles were what, as high as 17 and 8 on the retail side, on the resale side for retail customers, as high as $18 over spot. And spot was like $18 at the time, 19. So they were selling for $36 to $40 when spot was 18 to $20, folks. And that is a substantial, again, that's an $18 to $20 premium over the price of silver that people were paying for Silver Eagles not too in the, you know, not too far in the distant past. And right now, premiums, as I said, have dropped dramatically on Silver Eagles, even a little bit more. The buy side on Silver Eagles in the wholesale market out there is about the same as where it's been. But it looks like the price on the selling price, the wholesale selling price for Silver Eagles has dropped around anywhere from 25 cents to $1 per ounce for dealers out there. So dealers are, wholesale dealers are willing to sell for anywhere from a quarter to $1 less than what they were last week and the week before. So that means that the price of Silver Eagles has come down a little bit more. If there were any big mysterious buyers out there buying Silver Eagles, they're not buying them anymore because, again, the spread is quite wide on those. I'd venture to say you've got about a $4 to $5 spread between the buy and sell price, even on the wholesale level, which is quite steep. Stay away from Silver Eagles right now, folks. I would just avoid them. If you got them already, fine, sit with them. If you're looking to buy more stuff right now, well, if you had to sell something and you had Silver Eagles, you know, say for example you had to come up with a bill, you know, you had to pay for something, and you got in your stack, you got Silver Eagles, you got 100-ounce bars, you've got 10-ounce bars, you got 1-ounce bars. I would absolutely, if you had to sell any of your silver holdings right now for any reason, sell Silver Eagles. What's the next thing that I suggest you sell? These are for folks that need to sell. I would say sell your 90% and that would be the next thing to sell. But Silver Eagles, I would, again, if you were stuck in a position right now, you owned a bunch of different types of silver and you had to sell some of it, definitely get rid of your Silver Eagles first, because there's still a decent premium on the buy side on that as well. The best deals out there, folks. And again, I'm looking at even generic prices have jumped up a little bit. 100-ounce bars have jumped up a little bit by 1/4 an ounce pretty much, which tells me that we did see bottom, or we've probably seen bottom in these premiums that we've been seeing. 100-ounce bars, for those of you who don't know what a 100-ounce silver bar looks like, here you go. But I'll try to keep the image fresh at least. 100-ounce bars, up 1/4. So again, I think we've pretty much seen our bottom in premiums, at least for now. Last week, the week before, and in the last few weeks, I should say, premiums have kind of bottomed out on all these products, but it looks like they're bouncing a little bit, or at least staying the same. Again, except for Silver Eagles, which had plenty of room to move downward, unless there was some great reason to buy them more than the other products. 10-ounce bars are about the same. Kilo bars are still a great deal. I suspect that's regional, though, depending on what dealer you have and what kind of inventory they have. But right now, I can still give you a great deal on kilo bars at spot plus 250. 100-ounce bars are actually 1/4 or more. So if you come in my store, I'm going to recommend kilo bars. Smaller increments, 3 kilo bars are roughly a little bit less than a 100-ounce bar. But again, it's paying 25 cents an ounce less. I'd certainly recommend them. There we go, kilo ounce silvers. And here's my advertising. If you know us in South Florida, we'll advertise to beat all the guys in South Florida on precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum. We also advertise to beat the guys online at Mex, SDJ, and Bullion on their common, reasonably priced products in precious metals, stacker products for both gold and silver. So if you're buying gold, silver, and platinum, you live in South Florida, come by and see us between 10 and 4 Mondays through Fridays. We do cash and carry up to $10,000, over $10,000 checks only, no credit cards or anything like that. And we sell anywhere from dollars worth of gold, silver, and platinum to millions of dollars worth of gold, silver, and platinum. We're a very small place, don't look like much, but man, we can handle some big orders, that's for sure. And that's how I've got to do it. I'm very cheap with my expenses. I've never moved into a bigger, better building or the top floor of an office place. And again, works for me, works for you. As far as gold products out there, gotta say, I'm like, maybe it's just because Gold Eagles have taken such a dump in as far as their gold. I think it was a Gold Eagle 1 ounce. Of course, I type in Gold Eagle, that's what we get, because that is the Gold Eagle, Golden Eagle. Gold Eagles at, my gosh, the premiums just keep cheaper and cheaper. Spot plus 112 bucks. I'm even liking Gold Eagles, and I've never liked the Gold Eagle Premium versus the other products, but, we're sitting at 225 bucks, 230 bucks or more over the spot price of gold not too long ago. For the last few years even, Gold Eagles were 150 to 225 bucks or more and over in a premium. Now they're like 112. Maybe that's why I'm liking them, but I still like gold bars better. Gold bars at spot plus, what are they? Let me just make sure I'm checking the new sheet here. And if you want to keep up with prices and premiums, I'm probably the best guy on the internet to do that with, by the way, on YouTube at least. Let's see here. Where am I? Gold bars, bars and cards. Wow. 1 ounce gold bars, folks, continue actually, well, 70 bucks over, about the same. Continue to stay about that same level they've been for the last couple years, which tells me that in the last few years there really hasn't been too much of a shortage in gold. There's just been a shortage in certain gold products like Gold Eagles and some of the sovereign products. Not true with silver. There have been real shortages in all types of silver products. But however, silver, remember, is silver is recycled, reused, and actually used in products and stuff like that. So, a lot of silver is in landfills, and a lot of silver doesn't come out of personal holdings. As I've mentioned many times, I haven't seen any retail capitulation in decades by a lot of large silver buyers that I know personally. They've just been stacking for years and years. You know, I did a video not too long ago, said I'll die with my silver, but that's generally how silver guys are. And that's how silver investors are. They just kind of hang on to it. They see it as a wonderful storage and value, especially since it's so manipulated to such a low price. It's like being able to buy a super rare item for dirt cheap prices for decades and decades, and that's what you got with silver. And that's why you have long-time silver stackers. Gold, not so much. Gold, you know, is always recycled. Gold is seldom thrown away. The same amount of gold out there always exists. So there's no shortage of gold. There was just shortage of gold, certain type of gold products. Now, does that make gold any less valuable or desired? Hell no. Gold. Everybody loves gold. Even the silver guys do. So everybody loves gold. All right. Best deals out there are still silver bars. I told you about Gold Eagles being at like spot plus 112. Is that what I said? I think so. Maple Leafs. Don't pay any more than spot plus 87. Krugerrands don't pay any more than spot plus $90. Actually, Krugers are a little bit more, which is surprising. Gold elephants are getting a little harder to find, but I got a few here left at spot plus $85. And again, the next best deal below gold elephants is gold bars at spot plus 70. Well, let me get into yesterday's video, answer some questions. You know, a lot of people have asked me, hey, Brian, are you, do you think that the powers to be right here, you see I'm circling right there, do you think they kind of push your videos down and keep your content? Yeah, I do. You know, I think, I think you'd be foolish not to believe that if you talk about politics, certain economic things, and certain things just in general, that this particular company right here will make sure that your videos don't get out in the general feed or don't get out there. And I'm not just making that up. You know, even the big guys out there that are doing millions of views out there discuss this about getting their videos stuffed down a rabbit hole. You know, rabbit, I like to say, getting stuffed down a hole somewhere where it doesn't get many views, or having videos just really taken off channels, for example. And I believe my videos are actually stomped down a little bit, but I don't care. I really don't. I don't make a living doing these videos. These videos are kind of an important part of me me reaching out to my local base here in South Florida, talking to them personally, and giving advice on what to buy, what not to buy, and other cool stuff. But I don't rely on it for income, and I don't in any way, shape, or form. I just enjoy doing it most of the time. Most of the time, except those hectic weeks, which I've been having a lot of. Anyways, let me get into, yeah, I do think my videos are kind of stomped on a little bit by the powers to be. Anyways, Rob, how the hell do you do that first? How do you do that? How do you be the first guy? I mean, you must look for my, it's kind of weird, but thank you. Quaalude Charlie says gold is still the ultimate. Christopher Ward says yes, it is. Quaalude Charlie. Problem is gold is very expensive. Most people don't have the money. Buy enough gold and make a buck or two. Yeah, you can't go wrong stacking gold. It's funny too, that word right there, man, that's a throwback to the 80s or something like that, isn't it? So let's take a look here. Sorry about that, didn't mean to click on your site. Polar Bear for Wednesday, what do you think? Oh, last night's video. Problem is gold is very, most people don't have the money. Buy gold and make a buck or two. Okay, I wish I was wrong only half the time. Me too, sir. DC, thanks for watching, Crypt Blood. I've been holding off a gold dip in order to order an eagle. Not sure which size yet, but depends on how far it dips, I guess. Probably go with a quarter or half. What do you think about us seeing a dip here soon? I do like your bids, no shill here. I can't stand the clickbait stuff as well. Me neither, but we all participated in it somehow. If you want to get some views, once in a while you got to throw a clickbait title out there, unfortunately. That's what these people reward. They don't reward the truth. They reward, they reward clickbait. Really, that's probably really the essence of the whole thing. Let me see. I think we're going to see a dip pretty soon. Again, the problem with gold and silver and platinum buyers is we're like abused children, and that's probably a bad term to use because I do feel bad for, there's no excuse for that, but abused someone that, you've been slapped around for so long that every time that person's around, you look for the next slap down. And that's kind of what I think we're all looking with the COMEX, Crimex group, is when the next slap down will be down in gold, silver, and platinum. But it's tough to say. Like I said, at some point there'll be an end play. There'll be the end of game for these guys where they won't be able to hold the prices down like they have been. And how will that occur? Well, probably through supply and demand factors, and also through the factor that people will discover what a sham these markets are. And when that word starts getting out more and more, they will try to decrease the amount of crooked behavior, at least the obvious crooked behavior that they don't care about decreasing right now. Well, I digress again, as I always do. Let's see, Brian, wishing everyone the best to you. Best of New Year's to you too, Tree 3 Climber. For the truth spoken, don't stop. Beach Walkin' Joe says, and a joke says, one thing you don't talk about when you sell in Florida, a bar round must be held for 30 days by the store. That's not true, Joe. I'm not sure where you got that information, but not correct, sir. Pawn shops and secondhand stores have to hold basically everything. Coins, you name it. But coins and bullion are exempt from the holding periods. Bars and stuff are an investment. You may get some little communities in Florida, some little counties and stuff that try to enforce that. And the problem with laws is that these counties and these cities and towns and even states and federal government can have constitutionally illegal laws. Some of them even acknowledge that their laws border on the Constitution. However, unless you have them, the money to fight it, you can't get around that. But no, anybody that's having any town, city, or county or state that's making people hold gold, silver, and platinum investments for 30 days or a holding period is constitutionally wrong, illegal, and fucked up. Oh man, I did an F word. I hope it wasn't too early into the video because it'll definitely ding you on bad words now, I heard. But I don't care. What do I care? I don't make a living on this videos. I just enjoy doing them, and I hope you enjoy listening to them. Beach Walk, okay. Joe, what's up, man? Went to a coin show, 4 tables. Wow, that's a small show, man. That must be a small area there. I think you said New Hampshire, didn't you? And one of them was a local coin show. At least they're getting together and having a little show and having fun with each other. But 4 dealers. Wow, that's not a lot of dealers for a show. I just got back from a show in Orlando that had, 700 tables from different dealers. Well, anyways, local shows are a whole different thing. I'm glad you're hitting them too. Support your local coin shows, guys. Christina Napolitano says, I paused you and read Ted's article. Very interesting. Yeah, Ted's article last night. If you watched last night's video, I kind of gave you a link to that. Wonderful article. Gives you a great insight to why you don't have to worry about buying gold, silver, and platinum. Just be confident that you're holding something that's a good hedge against a bullshit fiat currency. Second bad word, sorry. There we go. Silverliner says, silver and gold to the moon, Alice. Yes, silver has been a monkey hammered since, silver's been monkey hammered for decades, at least 4 decades that I'm familiar with. Again, at some point, it's going to explode to the upside. Silver is much rarer than gold, in my honest opinion. I believe that there's less available investment in silver for industrial uses than there is gold. But gold is coveted in a different way. So we talked about that earlier in the video. Thanks, appreciate that, Silverliner. And Thomas, man, I'm sorry about that. I do miss questions occasionally. I get sidetracked and kind of start doing this and this. Didn't mean to make you dizzy, but sorry about that. Ask again, I'll see if I can get to it. Or call me at the store and ask me. I'm open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. If you want to ask me a quick question, I don't mind answering, even if I'm busy with 3 deep people here. I'll try to answer you quickly. Thanks for watching, Thomas. Have yourself a great day. Christopher McCormick says, are sovereigns LMUs liquid? LMUs, sovereigns are liquid. What are LMUs? Oh man, I'm probably stupid and it's sitting right in my face. I don't know what they are. Sovereigns are okay. I'd stack sovereigns. Michael Matthew, cheers to you. So, Philip Stanton, Brian, do you know concert? What about rare coins? Yeah, I know a lot about rare coins actually, and I've got to do some. I keep threatening to do rare coin videos, but I do everything I can just to keep these videos pumped out here. But I will. I got to do a little assessment on the local fun show. Maybe even like a short, like a 30-second or 1-minute short or something on the recent fun show I did. What I saw, what sold, what didn't sell. Yeah, it's stuff I needed. I got my list of things I need to do list. Believe me, I've got it written. It's not in erasable marker either. It's in a Sharpie, and never been erased. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. If you live in South Florida and you're buying anywhere from $1 to millions of dollars worth of gold, silver, and platinum, we're the people to come see. We will also beat the online guys as well. If you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver, and you live anywhere in the continental U.S., we can arrange secure shipping and secured methods of payment as well, and we can probably beat the locals and definitely beat Atmex, SD, and JM Bullion. As great a company as they are, you know, we're very competitive with those guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, and don't forget the Lakeland Collectorama Show coming up. I'll be there February 16th to the 18th in Lakeland, Florida. If you want to know more about this, go to thecollectoramashow.com, and you can get free tickets to get in for free, and come see a really cool show with gold, silver, and platinum products, as well as antiques, jewelry, and all kinds of other cool stuff, including rare coins. Hey, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.